I'm going to show you now how the portal helps you manage the lifecycle of subject requests. So from your dashboard, if you click on the link for subject requests, this will take you into the subject request admin panel. You get an overview of all subject requests by status and a list of each individual subject request for you to work with. To begin with, let's create a brand new subject request. So I click on the plus icon, and this takes me into a web form where I can enter a new subject request. This web form can be embedded in any other website very quickly and easily. So here I enter information about the person, their date of birth, and their current address and their nationality. I'm also going to add in some proof of identity information. So I indicate which types of information I'm uploading, and I upload those documents from my computer. So I'll upload a birth certificate, and a utility bill. The requester can also give us some information about their relationship with our company. They might be a customer and they may have a customer number, so they can tell us that information too. And the final bit of the form is for them to say which kind of request they're making. Making a data access request and also a data erasure, and any other details that they wish to put in. Once the requester is happy with the form, they click on the submit button. Once the request has been submitted, it moves into the first status in our workflow, which is confirming email. This is where the requester is sent an email by the system with a token in it that they have to click on to confirm that the email address they've given us is correct. For the purposes of demonstration, I'm going to use the admin panel to use the confirm email action to confirm the email address. This particular case has now moved to the checking identity status. Here we click on the case and we're looking at the information that the person has provided in the form and compare it with the identity proofs that they supplied. So if you remember, we supplied both a birth certificate and a utility bill. So within the portal we can actually have a look at the information they've uploaded. We can review the birth certificate and we can review the utility bill supplied and confirm that this is the same person as stated on the subject details and the address is the same address included there. If they are different, or if we have other problems with the case, we can reject it from here. The reason for rejection is something that goes into the audit trail, so it's for internal use. So we could make it very simple. We also send an email back to the requester. In this email, we can go into more detail about why this has been rejected. And we can send that straight away, or we can save it and send it for later. What I'll do is I'll use another action to reset the status of this case. Administrators are able to override the current action, and I will override that to reset it. And put it back to, we've just finished confirm email. If we go into checking identity and we can confirm that the identity is correct, then we click on the accept. We don't need to add a note at this point, but it can be helpful in some cases. We now move into the request details tab to see which kind of request they're making, and we move across into work area where we start constructing the response back to the person. In the work area we have two parts. There is the internal part where we are putting together our own notes and collecting files and information about this person, and then there is the secure conversation where we are able to have an interactive conversation with the requester. If we wanted to ask them quick questions, if we wanted them to supply more information quickly, we'd use that. Typically in internal notes we are uploading files that will ultimately be used in the response back to the person. So it might be that we have a raw data file for this person. We might have a step 2, which is a redacted data file. And finally we have the cleanse file, which is the one we return to the person. We can also ask the requester some questions using our secure conversation. So we can click on the new message link, a default message comes up which we can edit as we need. The requester will now receive an email which will tell them they have a message waiting for them in the secure channel and asking them to go into the secure channel and to answer your question. Once the requester has answered the email, you'll see their answer appear in your window as well. So that's a good way to have a more interactive conversation with the requester without using email or instant messaging formats. It's all contained in this single secure environment. When you're happy you've got all the information together, then you're ready to send the response to the person. So you click on the response tab and you click on edit send response. All of the text can be edited, but in the templates usually the pieces of text that you are required to edit are highlighted in yellow. If you're happy with the text as suggested, you can just take the highlighting off and use that. Also in the response you can select which files to add in the response back to the person. So you would want to add the cleansed information, and probably you'd want to return the documents that they'd sent you. You can also send any additional files. You might have some standard documentation to do with what to do next, or if you have more questions that you might want to add in as well, you can upload those here. You can either save the response to send later, or in this case we'll send it straight away. The final check to make sure you're happy that you have attached everything that you need to, and the subject response gets sent back to the person.